Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab. What do I do for you? I got a nice lesson set up for you today. I'm going back with the book. I got my own stuff here, so I got a nice little mixture of lessons to teach about to teach. So get your popcorn, get comfortable. I'm about to give a good lesson. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. Message and story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I hope it's working out for you. I appreciate you. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission, to get all right thinkers to do just that. So far, so good. Let's keep it going. The question: do you know you? It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. Let's go. A person who knows not, knows not that they know not, foolish, disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep spiritually. I can wake them up. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And as always, to my eye, be true. We back in the book, but I got some good stuff from your book to mine. I'm starting out with the title. Oh, excuse me. Right thinkers. Let's talk about, what do spiritual enlightenment really mean? Quick answer: understanding matter and antimatter equals energy. Another little lesson I'm gonna throw in there, and then I'm gonna take you to reincarnation and enlightenment. So we got like three lessons in one. So I'm gonna put it together. Hope it all work out for me. I'm trying something new, so work with me. Pray for me. Let's go, as my pastor say. Now, first thing we're gonna do is, through the practice of right thinking philosophy, aka yoga, that is what? Listening to the teachings, reflecting on the teachings, and most of all, you have to meditate upon the teachings. Why? Because this is what makes it possible to consciously, hear that? To be consciously discover this transcendental state that is beyond what? The waking state, the dream state, and the dreamless states, and also the physical and the astral and deep unconscious planes of existence. That's all the concepts that you have as a human being. You got to go through every one of those stages to become enlightened. Don't panic. I'm gonna help you with that. That's my job, to get you through them. Okay. So the first thing let's talk about is, there's a picture related to the ancient Egyptian epic story of the Assyrian resurrection story, which shows the character Haru, which is you, your higher self, or Horus, as y'all, a lot of people know him, the higher self. That's what he's considered. And you got Set. You should know about him, the ego self. He's your lower self. He's the guy that runs below the waist. Okay, you got two heads, one below the waist and one up here. He's the one down there conceptually. So watch this. Now, as sharing what? You got two heads on one body. The phrase, devil get behind me. They stole that from that concept when you got Set and Haru, extra appendage, which is your ego self. If that's in control and losing until you get enlightened, that's what's in control, your ego self. He's not good. So ignorant people can't be good. Excuse me. Sorry. The ego self will not be enlightened on its own. You have to enlighten it. You have to take control, aka get control of the ego self. lower nature. Rise above your lower nature. Now, you got these both, you got two aspects of what? The same character. That means the body is possessed either by the mind of Set or the mind of Haru. The entire story of the Siren resurrection hinges on what? This very point. Balance. You got two heads. Which one you gonna use? It's mystically symbolisms of the plight of what? Every human being. I'll call it the holy war. That is what? Struggling to conquer his or her what? Lower nature. And to become what? The master of his or her own life. That's my goal for right thinkers. That's why I'm on my job, to get you to understand these are things that you have to do. I'm going to give you everything you need. All you got to do is do it, and you'll find out for yourself. It works. Let's go. That's my goal. That's my mission. Your goal is to get it. My mission is that I'm on it to give it to you. Let's go. Here's another one part. Now, there's another picture, which what? Which depicts the union of Haru and Set is most important. Why? Because it symbolizes the union of Haru and Set, which is a mystical code for what? The uniting or harmonizing the lower and the higher self in the individual human being, which is us. There's blueprints laid out we can follow to get there. I'm just help me out. Why? I followed it. I did it, so I know. That's my point. It means what? Achieving what? Inner, inner harmony, peace with what? The universe. The culmination of the ancient Egyptian injunction, know thyself, is the model that I set forth for my right thinkers. Why? Because that encompasses everything that you need to do just that. I'm going to give you all those things, so that makes it possible. You got Set, which does not understand this. A lot of people don't understand this. Set is not the devil, but we done made him into the devil, okay, which I can understand philosophically. But Set is not the devil or an evil force to be what? Destroyed. You can't kill yourself. You can't kill your ego. You identify yourself with your ego self. So that can't be killed. Just need to be conquered, put in the control. Why? It's the best worker you got. That's the fight that's in you. And watch this. Your ego can't be destroyed. Why? He is the principle of the uncontrolled, untrained ego with its rampant desires and selfish thoughts. That's all. It's just a little uncouth. It just don't really know the limits. A lot of us are like that. That's the ego self. That's what it does. It doesn't make you bad. When you intentionally plot, plan, and strategize, that's evil, that's bad. But when you just who you are, you just a little rough around the edges, you just need some, some tutelage. That's all. Like I told my son, I want to keep you a little bit not too far to the right, not too far to the left. Straight down the path and you'll be fine. Okay? In life, that's the way to go. Thus, watch this. Okay, rampant desires and the ego thoughts. That's somebody, me, I just want what they want. Thus, watch this. Now, in order to conquer, there you go. In order to conquer sin, how can I conquer my ego? Thank you. Let me explain it to you. It is necessary to control the impulses of your lower self, aka ego. When I'm thinking about doing something that I know is wrong, I dismiss the thought. Don't even entertain it. Why? I'm not going to act on it. That's why. It's okay to have a thought, but you got to be able to dispense it. I'm teaching you how to do that within your own mind. Watch this. This is what? Accomplished how? By allowing oneself to be what? Nurtured, taught, and protected by who? I said, your intuitive knowledge, your wisdom of knowing right from wrong. When you implement her, she will guide you on the path for what? Doing the right thing. It's in you. We're not born sinners. So we're born divine. We got to figure it out for ourselves. That's the learning, knowing thyself will do for you. Watch this. When you're protected by I said, what that mean? It means you're listening to what? The mystical stories and the myths, and you're doing what? Studying to gain what? The wisdom of the teachings, learning them, and then what? Implementing them by living them, manifesting for yourself through what? The initiation process, joining right thinking philosophy, turning in every morning, getting your lessons, and what? Practicing my Mayat philosophies by leading a life based on, listen, virtue, order, correctness, justice, balance, and peace. Those are all the good qualities that you can live and manifest for yourself, just as well as the bad ones you try to eradicate. You take them out, you put them in, you got your good thing working. Moving on. Now we over here to the next page. I'm about to hit you up with the definition of spiritual enlightenment, what it means. Spiritual enlightenment consists of what? Discovering that what? Awakening. Discovering the great awakening, aka knowing thyself. Then you got the dream and the dreamless sleep states of what? Consciousness are only what? Relative realities. Because in fact, all of them, listen, constitute the ego personality of a human being in various states of expression. Mhm. When there is, knowledge of the absolute God, higher self, transcendental reality, you know that, watch this, and the relative states are discovered to be only passing expressions of the consciousness as a dream, watch this, or as a thought. Dreams seem real when you're in it. When you wake up and realize it was nothing but thoughts, okay? The absolute, watch this, is discovered when to be the true identity and body consciousness is dissolved in the ocean of the cosmic self. Again, spiritual, when the body ceases to exist, we go through transitions, different phases, and the spiritual concept is the cosmic self getting back to the maker. Our spirit is on loan. I keep telling you, he want it back. And every time you come into the world and don't send it back home, he's not too pleased with you. So he's gonna let you go visit Ahmed, the devourer. You will be devoured. See, he loves you to do right, but he will punish you for doing wrong. Don't get it twisted. He ain't no one-way God. No, can't work that way. Moving on. Now let's talk about the voyage of Ra. What's that? It's a symbolic concept, and it's also the journey of what? Our souls. Mm-hmm. Ra is the spirit that's in human beings, conceptually, and he has to experience human life for himself. And he's doing that, but he take away all his abilities and let you be the dictator of what going on within yourself, aka free will or consciousness. Ra is all consciousness. We are human beings, spiritual beings in the flesh. So we have consciousness that everybody get their brain, and every one of them is different. I tell you, if it's 9 billion people on earth, there's 9 billion ways to get to God. Why? Because everybody has a way, their own way, that you got to just figure it out. Moving on, let's talk about this right quick. Oh, I'm doing good. We all right. Now let's talk about the voyage of Ra and the journey of the soul. The ancient Egyptian creation myths tells what? Of the emergence of Ra out of the primeval ocean. The ocean was unformed, undifferentiated matter. Hear that word? Matter. About to get into that in a minute. Now, the emergence of Ra was synonymous with what? The coagulation of what? Matter into various forms. Let's stop right there for a second. When you hear matter, let me define matter for you right quick. I had that set out personally so I can do that. Matter. In modern times, matter refers to gross physical matter. Okay. The elements, which is what? Water, which is tefnut, air, which is shu, fire, which is rock, earth, which is ger, and the heavens, which is nut, as well as what? Their chemical components. You know the periodical table of elements, O2 and all that good stuff? Yeah, somebody had to make that up. We did. But they had to put chemicals in the place of organization. In essence, watch this, the periodic table of elements, which is the periodic table of the periodic table is a tabular arrangement of what? The elements. How? According to their atomic numbers. Mhm. Now, it's important to understand this, that nature does not assign or recognize anything. Why? Only the man, the human mind, when what? Beset with ignorant, not ignorance, but with ego consciousness, will assign and name and ascribe value to objects. That's what we do. That's what man do. He can tell you what it is, tell you what it's about. That's his view on it. Nature don't get involved in that. Okay, that's God's concept. Okay, just want to break down matter. Now getting back to in different forms and various forms of matter. I want to get that in. Now, in so doing, watch this. What happened? Rob established Maya, my favorite, which is represents in this case order in the place of what? Chaos. The noon is considered chaotic. Why? Because anything could happen. There's a bunch of possibilities, but it's just haphazardly. No, when Ra came out, he wanted order. Sun, get in position. If we was a fraction of an inch closer or further away, we wouldn't exist. So he put Maya to make sure that don't happen. She represents order, okay, through nature. All right. In the place of what? Chaos. Now we have a universe of the noon is a universe based on what? Order. Thus, the statement may be understood as what? The establishment of form out of what? That which was unformed. The undifferentiated form turned matter. And understand one thing. Matter is energy. And what we know about energy can't be destroyed. You got a positive matter, negative. I'm sorry about that. Let's go. But understand, energy is what we are generated by. Energy, frequency, and vibration. Think in them terms. But the energy can't be destroyed. So that's the spirit and the soul that's in human being. It don't destroy. It just transfers, moves on somewhere else. Get it? Moving on. So this idea, watch this, may be better understood by using an example. Okay, be a good example. Let's start with water and ice. As a mason, we know that water freezes at 32 degrees. When you reach that level of masonry, you do what we call a spiritual alchemy. You change to a higher level of spiritual awareness within oneself. Good concept. I did it. I understood it. I know where it comes from now when I was doing it. But now I know, oh, y'all missed a lot of points, but that's okay. You get the job done. No, not really, because why? The Masonic order is just like the church going down. Why? Because it ain't the principles that's there, it's who the people who do it. If you go to church and the pastor is bad, you think God is bad. No, that's the pastor. He representing God in a negative way. Find somebody who represents him in a positive way. That's what you got to do. Moving on. I'm sorry, but yeah, we settle for stuff that we don't have to. In the liquid state, watch this. Water is liquid state. Water is unformed. It's undifferentiated. Again, that's why we use the ocean as an example, an analogy. Okay. Now, when it is cold enough, when the temperature rises, get a little, starting to get a little, a little chilly, or it drop, whatever you want to look at it, it turns into what? Ice, and thereby takes on what? A particular form or differentiation, which what? Sets it apart from the rest of the water. Ice, water. You got water and you got the ice. They're two different things, but they're the same thing. You get it? However, the water is not really transformed into the ice. That is, water has not been permanently changed into another substance. Why? Altogether, the change is merely what? A temporary appearance. Meaning, when the soul gets into human being, it's a temporary appearance. Why? Because the body's gonna run out. The ice will melt, come back to water. In the same way, creation was explained by what? Our ancient ancestors, our ancient Egyptian sages, as what? The ocean analogy. I love that. Why? It makes the point clear and simple. The ocean is what? The metaphor for which refers to the ocean is the ocean of what? Consciousness, meaning we all come from the all conscious, like the ocean. All matters, watch this, all matter, that's energy, is in reality neither liquid, gaseous, solid, nor what? Abiding. Why? The underlying essence of matter is what? Is in reality non-existence, as modern physics could call it. Modern physics experiments have what concluded that matter, when broken down in the most elemental levels, is in reality just energy. Excuse me. Started with energy, we're going to end the energy. The body will cease to exist, but the energy will continue to go on. And again, because it has form in the body, once the body ceases, it goes back to what? Its spiritual form to go to its maker. If it's enlightened, that's why the whole goal of being a human being is to enlighten itself to what? Know thyself. That's my goal, to get to all my right things. We find my concept to do just that. Let's go about done. Now, this idea may be understood through the diagram below. This is the next diagram. This is the diagram to show you about matter right quick. Okay. You see on one side the negative, one side the positive. You see two of them going across. When they collide, they got the big CERN machine that run molecules together. When they do this, what you gonna get? They cancel each other out. They go back what? To energy. See, they come from the dot here. They go back to here. That's energy that's just transferred. It's not taken away or added. That's what it is all about. Now, let's read it right quick. Matter and antimatter collide in a modern physics particle accelerator. When positive charge protons, matter again, and negative charge protons, antimatter again, are crushed into each other, that's the first one you see them going, the two cancel each other out, and the particles of matter temporarily goes out of existence. Watch this. Modern physicists believe that it transforms what? Into energy. Bingo. After proof. We knew that ancient times, told you that, but now they can prove it again by the heart. I told you about the brain and the heart. We knew that thousands of years ago. Now they prove it. So all y'all doing is affirming that the knowledge that I have acquired from my ancients or the ancients had was way superior than what we're doing right now. We just catching up. So understand that. Moving on. Let me get this wrapped up right quick. I'm almost home. Now you got modern physicists believe that what? I did that one. Last one, B, you see the two of them cancel out, but then transforms what? Back into matter. Again, A, colliding. B, cancel each other out. C, back to energy. You can't destroy it. It can't destroy itself. That's what it's telling you. Now, we talk about the voyage of Ra symbolizes what? The differentiation of matter or consciousness into what? The various forms which human beings have come to know as creation. However, since matter is not real, as we have seen it, and it is nothing more than what? The manifestation of who? The divine consciousness. Creation must be understood as the essence of the divine. In other words, creation is an expression of the mind of God, the supreme being. The following diagram outlines the differentiation of matter according to the ancient Egyptian creation myth. We start out with Ra-Tem. We come down to Hathor, Tahuti, and Mayat. I wrote them down for you. And then we're going to start creation, but they're not part of the Paiute. The Paiute consists of Shu, Tefnut, Gad, Nut, Set, Nephtet, Asar, and Aset. And don't forget Haru Ur. These are the family. This is the process in which the Egyptians broke it down for us. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Oh, I got more. Oh, I got more.